I'm still not understanding how this is possible. Goldberg on my TV in 2025. Why aren't we focusing on our future? You have Goldberg on my TV in 2025, yet people like Ludwig Kaiser and Austin Theory and Karrion Kross, they're sitting in the back not doing anything or not in pivotal roles, and yet you have Goldberg on my TV in 2025. Why are we putting this man in the ring? What? Whose idea was this? Matter of fact, I don't even care. Why is he on my TV? Why is he here? And not only that, but why is he here in the world title picture? You see what my concerns are? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, in 2020, in the big 2025, why is this happening? You're trying to bring interest to the product. The product wasn't interesting already, but you have Goldberg in a main programming with Gunther in 2025. That's just going to keep trending downwards, my guy. That's not making the product better. You see, that was one of my main concerns with Vince. My main concern with Vince was that he kept relying on the past. Every time something wasn't going right, he had to pull out the past card. Whether it be Brock Lesnar, whether it be Stone Cold, whether it be The Rock, whether it be Hulk Hogan. You know, it's always somebody from the past that has to come back to save the present. And I don't like that, because you're proving that you can't make future stars. You're proving that you don't trust your future. What happened to Austin Theory, the guy who was a pivotal point just a few years ago? This man was at every single WrestleMania, yet he's not at this year's WrestleMania. Isn't that crazy? You have Ludwig Kaiser, a promising prospect, great on the mic, great in the ring, was in Imperium. Imperium was a fun faction in NXT. You killed it on the main roster. Just to have Ludwig Kaiser do nothing. Like, this man hasn't been on TV in weeks. Karrion Kross, another one. The crowd is proving to you that they like him, that they love him, and yet you don't do anything with it. You don't push him. But yet we gotta have Goldberg on TV, right? I would have just kept the title on Jay, because at this point, like, the reports came out that that's what happening. Like, that's what was happening. They took the title off of Jay so they can put it on Gunther, just so he can fight Goldberg for the title. Gunther versus Goldberg didn't need the title, guys. That's what I'm trying to get across. They didn't need the title. Now, understanding what the obsession is with having Goldberg in a title match. I get it, this may be his last match, but he doesn't need a title. To me, that's greed. If he requested this, that's greed, because you're robbing the future of an opportunity. What concerns me is that Goldberg openly came out and said that it is painful for him to walk for extended periods of time. Why is he in a ring? Why is he in the ring? Why is he even thinking about wrestling? I don't get it. I'm not those millionaires. I'm not those people that make the money, that make the matches. I'm not those people. So maybe it's something that they had to do. I don't know. But I don't like it. I don't care for it, bro. Like, and you wonder why I'm deviating away from wrestling content. Like, the only reason I'm making this video today is to stress why I'm not doing wrestling content right now. For you to sit there and put a 50-plus-year-old man pushing 60 in the ring with Gunther in your top programming for a Saturday night's main event, a glorified house show, that's kind of crazy. I don't understand the appeal. I don't get the appeal. I don't get the old, we gotta pull out Goldberg, you know, like, no one's happy to see Goldberg. I don't care. I don't care. The only people that will care are the old heads that really love Goldberg, but Goldberg isn't appealing. Like, do you remember that train wreck he had with The Undertaker? Goldberg is in better shape now than he was back then. You expect me to believe that Goldberg can go a 5+ minute match? That's unbelievable. That's not even believable. Like, let's be so for real right now. Let's be so for real. Goldberg cannot go no longer than 5 minutes without getting winded. And if he drops Gunther on his head, that's another piece of your future that's gone. I said this on TikTok, and I meant it with every fiber of my being. I wasn't mad when Goldberg returned. I wasn't. I was happy. You want to know why? Because I believe that this is his last match. Get him in, get him out. You know? Good riddance. You're gone. So, for me, this is a nothing match. If Gunther is losing that, let me tell you something, bro. If Gunther loses that title, that's it for me. That World Heavyweight Championship, throw it away. Because why would you give it to Goldberg? Because the only reason I'm even throwing it out there is because they gave it to Goldberg when he went against Bray Wyatt that one year. When Goldberg won the Universal title. I'm like, what the f***? Like, you're giving the title to Goldberg over Bray Wyatt, one of your best storytellers? At that point, Bray Wyatt was killed. He was dead after that. There was no recovery for him. Just for him to get released months later. I want this to be done. I hate the company relying on old stars. You know, because I heard Trish Stratus is coming back. Love Trish Stratus. But why? When you have a full roster of women. I get Evolution's coming up. But you have a full roster of women. And a lot of them you aren't using. The whole point is, Goldberg wasn't needed. He wasn't needed here. He didn't need to be here. Okay? You had so many people you could have given that World Heavyweight Championship opportunity to as Saturday Night's main event. One being Jey Uso, instead of putting him in the King of the Ring tournament, instead of giving him a rematch that he rightfully deserved. But you know what? That's a different conversation for a different day. I'm not pleased with this. I don't care for it. You can have it. But Gunther better retain, because if that title goes on Goldberg, I promise you that will be the death of the World Heavyweight Championship. All right? But guys, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.